Hi, how y'all doing? I wonder, am I live? I think I'm live. I really do. I think I'm live out there. How y'all doing? It ain't what it. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so excited. Um, excited and a little nervous. I want to welcome you all to my channel. Um, and it ain't what it looked like with Miss Lynn. The first thing I want to do is turn the light on, cause we need a little light sometimes. See, and so welcome to It Ain't What It Looked Like with Miss Lynn. Um, if somebody's out there, I want you to just let me know. I'm gonna put up a banner here that welcomes everybody. Am I nervous? Yes. Hey, Miss Renee, how you doing? Hey, Sylvia. Hi, everybody. I'm really trying to do this, and y'all know I'm a little nervous. I can't even spell welcome right now. So welcome to my first um, live. And I can't even spell first. You spell it FIRST, first broadcast, ROADCASCAST. Yeah. I just want to say thank you for being here. Hey Sylvia. I did it. I think I did it. It ain't what it looked like. Yeah. Miss Sylvia's waving. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Sylvia. Oh, I'm so excited. I feel so much better now knowing Miss Sylvia and Miss Renee are out here with me. If nobody else comes on, I'm excited about that. And I see what Miss Renee means now about that banner being in her face. I'm going to work on that. But after and thank you for being here with me again. Um, this is my first, as I said. I'm just a little nervous because usually I'm dependent on my teacher to do all the work, and I just sit there and smile and laugh and enjoy myself. But now I'm having to get out here and do all the work. So I want to thank everybody who helped me and gave me courage to get out here and come on live. Miss Renee, is everything looking okay? I pray it is. I know my sign in the background's not up. I'm excited too, Miss Sylvia. I really, really am. I tried to take a nap a little bit so I could calm my nerves, but I think I'm okay. Um, Thank you. You welcome. You welcome, Miss Renee. So everybody's been kind of wondering. I've been kind of telling. I hope that I'm on Facebook and on YouTube. And if I am, welcome my friends and everybody. Um, and I know everybody's been asking me, well, what's your channel going to be like? What's it all about? Thank you, Miss Renee. What's it all about? Well, it's about a life journey, and it's about a life journey of peace. It took me, I'm 60 years old, it took me almost nearly 60 years to try to find some true peace when peace was always there. It was always there. It was just me having to find it. So it's about this spiritual journey. I am a Christian, and it's a continuous work. It's just something we all got to work on. And I had to transform myself. Well, I didn't have to transform myself, but I had to tap into the power, the transforming power from a talking Christian to a walking Christian. Talking, that's one thing. Walking, that's something else. So tonight is all about perception. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. About how you perceive things and how you see things. And first of all, I'm going to do a disclaimer. Um, what happened to me and the things that helped me in my life may not be of any help to you whatsoever. But I know and I believe in my heart that maybe some of the steps that I took, will keep some people from walking into the same holes that I walked into. Everything you don't have to experience in life. Some things you just need to follow other people. You don't always have to step in a hole to learn something. So this is a way of just looking. This channel is about a different way of looking at things. It ain't what it looked like. And and I've used that phrase. I've used it all of my life. I've said it a bunch of times. It sure ain't what it looked like, girl. When you bite into that piece of cake and it look real good, and then you finally taste it, you go, well, sure ain't what it looked like. And it's all about perception, So let's talk about perception. Let's talk about it. I went back, and I'm just gonna try to freelance here a little bit because I had everything wrote on cards. I thought I had everything, kind of, but I can't do it that way. I went back to a story in my life that my mother told me. Everybody goes back to those stories that your parents tell, and it's all about perception. And she talked about how one day, hey Renee, about how in her life when she was living in Mississippi, we lived in rural Mississippi, and there was a lady that lived next door to them. And Mama said early in the morning, y'all know how we ate for somebody to wake us up early in the morning. We don't like that. But this lady would knock on the door before the sun came up because she knew my granddaddy had already gone out and milked the cows. And so she would come out and she'd ask for a cup of milk. Okay, so Mama said, that wasn't so bad because they were getting up. My granddaddy was out milking the cow, and all she wanted was a cup of milk. And so they figured, she wanted it fresh. So they give her a cup of milk. They say, but after they got up and got started doing their chores and everything, she'd come back and she'd just be knocking on the door. And back then, they didn't always lock doors. And so sometimes people would just walk in, and she'd walk in and she'd ask for some butter. I don't know if everybody can see that butter. That's good grassland butter. Yeah, unsalted. And I use unsalted butter because I'm a diabetic. I'm trying to live right, trying to get healthy. And she would ask for some butter. Well, that wasn't such an aggravation either. And when people come into our lives, sometimes they interrupt our flow. That's my point. They interrupt our flow. Sometimes they come in and they ask to borrow our time. Sometimes they ask to borrow money. Sometimes they ask to borrow, and back then they asked to borrow children. And it wasn't in a bad way. It was just that, I got to get something done at my house and I can't get it done. Can I borrow so and so and so and so to come over and help me? And people would, they'd say, Jesse, go over there. Charlie, go over there, and help me so and so. And so all of these things that I'm talking about, the butter, the milk, these are like interruptions in our life. Sometimes jobs. You see the butter? Yeah. Miss Renee says she see that grassland butter. Yeah. Sometimes interruptions come into our life and they tend to come in. Hey Wayne, they tend to come in at times when um we're so busy and so engulfed in our own way of doing things that when it's just butter. I mean, it's just sugar. It's just milk. When people come in, they come in and they interrupt our own flow, and so we get aggravated. Okay, so this lady's already knocked on the door, before the sun come up. Granddaddy's out milking the cow. She's asked for some milk and she's asked for some butter. But sometimes people, things, situations, COVID, a bad cold, losing a job, these things come into our lives and they cause interruptions. But they're just interruptions. But then she knock on the door again. Mama say, look like time she get the water drawn and get it in the sink and get ready to start washing dishes. She come in and she wanna eat. She saying, and by then my granddad is like, what's taking y'all so long? Hey Wayne man, things happen and we're in our daily routine, and all of a sudden here are these things, these interruptions, these eggs, the butter, the milk, things come in and they began to interrupt. And Mama said the lady she was persistent. She wasn't one of them ladies. Hi, Shirley. How you doing? She was not one of these ladies that just come in and knock, and then if she don't hear nothing, she leave the door. She was one of them persistent neighbors. I come to get some sugar and I want it. And sometimes things come in our lives like that. Cancer. Cancer can knock on the door like that. Yes, it can. Divorce. It'll knock on the door like that. Yes, it will. And those things are serious. Our children, oh my God, and everybody that knows me knows I love my kids. I talk to my kids 3, 4, 5 times a day. And if we don't do nothing but just turn the FaceTime on and look at each other, those things begin to work on your heart. They're interruptions. Mama says she get that water in, and at that time, getting water to wash dishes was not a simple task. She had to go out to the well, draw the water, bring the water into the house, put it in the pan, heat up some water to rinse the dishes and get them good and clean. And so she was really busy. Y'all know sometimes our lives get really, really busy. And then here comes somebody who wants some vanilla flavor. Here comes that boss that's going to come in and tell you, hey, I need you to go back to school to qualify for the job that you already got. Hey, what can I say? That's rough. That's rough. That's rough. Mama said just as soon as she finished washing the dishes, by now she's got the dishes washed. She's not only heating water for the dishes, but she's heating water to wash clothes. And Mama said she could see her off in a distance, coming back up that hill, wanting something else, interrupting her day. Bless the children. Bless the children. Yes, Lord. Miss Renee. And Mama said she'd have to ask for some sugar. Now look, that's her sugar, but this is my sugar. Yeah, I'm on a diabetic diet, so I just had a little bit of this kind of sugar, but she had to ask for some sugar. And the reason I wanted to show a little more sugar than just this little bit in the cup is because sometimes being nice, I wanted to remind myself that sometimes being nice when people are interrupting your day can be a little difficult. Sometimes being nice, but the Bible says love conquers all, and it does, and we just have to accept it like that. Being nice and putting that sugar on the cake, and sometimes that's just not as easy as it looks like. It can be really, really rough. Sometimes you want to lash out because you want to say, what about me? Why can't somebody put some sugar on my cake? Why can't somebody add some sugar to my tea? And a lot of times those people who are sweeteners are those people who try to see the good over the bad a lot. Sometimes those people get worn out and your sugar get low. And things get rough because you're trying to perceive things in the right way. So after the lady has come and she's asked for the vanilla, the sugar, the milk, the eggs, and the butter. Now, my mama said she was getting frustrated. Now, this is the point to the story, because I'm sure by now most of us have kind of guessed what's going to happen here or what the lady's trying to do. Okay. And if you haven't, don't worry, calm down. I'm going to let you know. But the important part of the message is that this lady came at least once a week, at least twice a week. She would come and she would be asking to borrow things. And if it wasn't these things, it was other things. And then Father Time passed by. Do, 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 do. And y'all know we're not in control of Father Time. We have no idea how the element of time, the factor that it plays in on us, and how it affects how we feel. And a lot of people have been there. Sometimes we deal with things over a period of years. Y'all, one time I cried for 30 years. 30. Now you may say, oh, you was the dummy, but I didn't know how much time had passed by. And time, honey, time is a serious factor. Right here in this portion, I want to add a little tidbit of wisdom. Communication is the factor, the greatest factor that the enemy uses against people to cause problems. You know what I'm talking about. When you say something to somebody and what I said ain't what you heard, or what I said ain't what you thought I meant, or what I meant ain't exactly the way you perceived it. You know, what I said came from my heart. And sometimes when we're speaking out of emotions, especially after Father Time has gone on for years, sometimes when we speak out of hurt. We speak out of anger. We speak out of despair. And communication causes problems, especially when you love somebody and you really want them to understand how you feel. That lady that was coming up to Granddaddy's house for the sugar, she really wanted to say, hey, George, that was my granddaddy name, George, I like you. And I can cook a cake. And I know you got them kids over there. Let me show you what I can do with a little eggs and, a little butter and a little milk. Let me show you what I can do. But she didn't know how to communicate it. So this was her way of communicating. Sometimes people cry, and tears are often misunderstood. Most times when we see people cry, we think that they're hurting. But sometimes we cry out of confusion because I know you don't understand what I'm trying to say. I know you don't understand what I'm trying to communicate to you. Communication is the key. And the enemy uses it. And he uses it royally. He uses it in a way that is just damaging and demeaning. Perception and the way we respond, communicating, it's damaging. It can be damaging. People can say things to you and say things in a way that they assume that they're communicating love, and that's everything but what you get. And I know we use this term, tough love. As I've gotten older and my perception, the way I see things has changed. I don't know. Hey, Sylvia, I don't know. I don't know about tough love. I really don't. And it's only because my perception has changed because Jesus taught in parables and he never did that. He did some correcting and he did some loving. And those things are, yeah, I'm on. Come on to Facebook. I got some people dinging on my phone. Interruptions. They know they interrupted. And it could be an issue because it causes me to sweat because I want to look over here and I want to look over there. But anyway, and I know that them communicating with me is just saying, I love you. And I want to see you. I want to watch you. I want to know that you're doing the best. But communication can be a very sensitive issue. And the way we see it has to be different. And I went on to say that Father Time went on. And this lady coming to our house, to my grandfather's house, every week asking to borrow things became, the joke for everybody. Hey, she coming over to borrow stuff. And after a while, then time passed on and it became aggravating. Come to me if you're trying to get on right now. Come on over. I'm on YouTube right now. I'm also on YouTube, and I should be on Facebook. On Facebook Live, all of my friends should be able to come out and join in the conversation right now. Thank you so much for texting me, and because I got about 9 texts right now that people are texting and they're asking me, "Where are you? Are you on?" And by this being the first time, I know that it may be difficult for you to find me. And one thing I really want to say is, if by chance the internet goes out, I need you to hold on and be patient with me because I have been struggling with my internet connection. I don't know if everybody else is struggling like me, but I have really been struggling with my internet and I will go blank. So if I'm struggling and you see me go out, give me just a minute. I'm actually scared to touch this keyboard because I know it's running right now. I don't want nothing to interfere with what's going on. So if you can, come over and join. And before I finish my story, I want you to know that I am going to get better at this because I'm going to work at it real hard. Because working at my perception of things in life and working with my communication, the way I talk to people, the way I talk to them, and the way I communicate with them has been something that I am working on. And I'm going to continue to work on it. And I want to continue to get better at it. And that's why I wanted to come on this platform because we need to work on our communication. We need to work on our communication and our perception, just like we work on a job. We get up in the morning, we put our clothes on, we put our makeup on, we put our earrings on. And by the way, I really like my earrings. We put everything on and we prepare. And we need to prepare to communicate with people. We need to prepare to perceive things, those interruptions, that butter, when it comes into our life, when something comes in, we need to prepare on how to react when those things happen. So I'm going to prepare. And I want to help somebody. I want you to know that those interruptions, it ain't what it looked like. It's just an interruption. And you can handle it. I learned how to handle it. My mother taught me how to handle it. Some things my mother taught me when I was younger, I'm just getting the gist of it. Just beginning to understand what she truly meant. And thank you, Miss Renee. I like it too. And so you have to work at it. And I'm going to work at it. And I'm going to let you watch me work at it. and it's going to get better. But to go back to my story, because sometimes I get a little old, a little senile, I forget my story, but I got my story. Time passed on. Time passed on. And my mother and the kids in the family, my mother had 9 brothers and sisters, and um, as time went on, they began to get very irritated with the lady coming to ask for different things. And why granddaddy didn't say something to her at the time that the lady first started, I don't know. You know, he could have been preoccupied with milking the cows and what was going on in the field, or the fact that he was a single parent whose wife had died and left him these children that he had to raise. And I don't like that word raise. Yeah, we need to stop saying raise our children. You raise animals. The word is rear. Rear. He had to rear those children in his family. You raise crops. Okay, that's the teacher in me. Okay. I ain't gonna charge you for that little tidbit. But granddaddy had interruptions in his life. His wife had died. He was left with these children to rear. He was a strong black man in the 50s and the 60s with what skills he had to do what he had to do. He had interruptions. So he did not communicate to mama as quickly as maybe she would have wanted him to. Mama said finally looked like out of nowhere. They were laughing and talking. They were getting up, getting ready for their everyday life. And granddaddy came in and said, you know what? All she want to do is cook a cake. That's all she want to do. She want to take everything she's got, the sugar, the butter, the milk, everything she's bringing here, asking for. Those things she's asking for is to cook a cake. And she's also asking out of need. And she doesn't know how. But granddaddy never got aggravated with the lady because he could see what it is that she was looking for, or what it is that she was trying to do. He put another set of eyes. Now, sometimes my eyes are good. Sometimes we need another set of eyes. Sometimes we need a set of eyes unlike our own eyes. These eyes are blue. I don't have blue eyes. But sometimes we need another set of eyes. And that's what I want to be. I want to be another set of eyes. I want to help you look at some things. I want to help you see the sugar and the eggs and the milk and the vanilla. I want to help you see those things all together. Because true enough, by itself, in a season, that egg is a wonderful, nourishing element. There are a lot of vitamins in this egg. And these eggs are good for you. Good for you and good to you, like my grandbaby say. It's good to you. So those eggs are good for you by itself, even if they aren't put together with everything else. That butter, I know we say that butter is bad for us, but butter is good for you too. You got to have that in your body. You need all those elements, those electrolytes. You need everything in that too, but you need it in moderation. That vanilla flavor, let me tell you, that's some good stuff. That baker's vanilla flavor, it can make the difference in a cake. And you fool around and get some vanilla. I tell you what, I think somebody asked me the other day, we might have been on another channel, what was good for a toothache. You could take a little bit of that vanilla flavor, put it on a cotton ball, put it on your tooth. Girl, it'll knock a toothache out. So what I'm trying to say is that in isolation, all of these elements by themselves are good for you. I like that baker's vanilla too. Those elements can be good for you. all of the interruptions in your life, you can learn from them. You can learn from them. But when you put them all together, when you take your time, and you can't just throw them all in the pan together, you got to know how to put it in. You got to know how to put your flour in first. And that's wisdom. That's wisdom and perception. You got to know how to take the egg and drop one egg in at a time. You got to know how to add your milk. You know, don't just pour it, just dump, because all by itself the milk is good. But when you just don't put them all together and you don't do it right, the cake don't come out good. Sometimes it come out too tight. Some of us too wound up. Yeah, some of us too tight. Our cake is a little tight because we don't know how to relax. We don't know. Thanks, Wayne, so much. You don't know how to accept help. Here's a person out here who's helping me. Wayne's A Slot. He's another YouTuber. He's helping me. We got to learn how to help each other and take help from each other. Healthy Living with Miss Renee. Um, those are people who are helping me. We got to learn how to help each other. And sometimes we're crying out. That's right, Miss Renee. Sometimes we're crying out, but our means of communication, sometimes we're crying out and our means of communication, people don't understand. Or the way we're doing it, people don't understand. And we've got to work on it. We've got to work on our communication, especially with our children. When we're rearing our children, sometimes we yell and we scream at them, or sometimes we just shut down. Sometimes people just shut down because we don't know what to say and we don't know what to do. And I want to bring in the word fear, but that is for another video. Okay? We'll talk about fear in another video. Right now, we're just talking about perception. We're just talking about the way you see it. Because when you see it differently, you can do it differently. When you see it differently, you can react differently. And it's possible. Y'all, we can do it. We can look at COVID and we can see it in a different way. True enough, y'all. Oh my God, it's thrown us into a ball of confusion. Thrown us into a ball of confusion. It really has. All of us are confused. I hear people say, well, this is what I think, and this is what I think, and that's what they think. And hey, it's okay to throw those ideas out there, because we've got to filibuster. We got to get our feet on the ground. We've got to see where we're going. But perception is everything. Perception, how you see it, is gonna depend. Is gonna drive how you react to it, and that's real important. That cake, and I should have just brought me a piece of cake because y'all know I like to eat. I should have brought me a piece of cake and said, that would have been a great visual, which, I'll get there. But once you pull all of those elements in your life together, once they come in and Father Time comes and they begin to marinate, wisdom will come in. And you'll be able to take all of that stuff together and come up with a nice, peaceful life. But it's going to depend on how you look at it. If you get, for instance, this kind of sugar in your life, and it's not what you think it should taste like, and you get bitter, you'll never come around to tasting this kind of sugar, because you won't try. You will have perceived this type of sugar to be the only kind of sugar you can use, But then here's another kind. You know, there are two different types of sugar. Both you got to use in moderation, but both sugar. So perception is everything. Perception has been the cause, my not perceiving things the way they are. Sometimes people trying to show me love, and I'm not really, I ain't really feeling it. You know, I'm not really feeling it. I don't really feel what they're trying to show me. Thank you, Miss Sylvia. I don't really feel it, but um, the way I perceive some of those interruptions in my life caused me a lot of heartache. And sometimes it took too long for me to get over it because of the way I looked at it. I could only see one way. I could only see one way. Then I came across a little scripture. You know, I told you I was spiritual. I came across Matthew 6:22, and it says, the eye is the lamp. The eye is the lamp unto the body. And that eye, if the eye is healthy, then the body will receive light. And that's what we need. We need a different perception. We need to know that things aren't what they look like. We'll all have some good times and we'll all have some bad times. But the way we see it and the way we perceive it and the way we act on it is important. And that's what I want my YouTube channel to be about. I want it to be about people being able to say, hey, one time I was in a divorce and I thought it was the end of my life. And praise God, something happened. Time passed on. I perceived it the wrong way. And now I look at it and, whoo, you know, if I hadn't got out of that, I wouldn't have been able to see this. Or sometimes people are trapped where they are. And I want them to know that there is a way out, that there is a way of escape, that you just might not be looking at it, and that you might have the wrong set of eyes. You don't want somebody who's just as depressed as you are telling you how to handle your situation, because that ain't the blind, that's the blind leading the blind, and y'all both going into a hole. So I just want everybody to know today, I want you to know how important perception is. I want you to know how important what you see is not always what it looked like. I want you to know that just because you had a knock in the road or a bad place in the road, or maybe you woke up today like I did and my air wasn't on. Oh my God, my air wasn't on. And I was sweating bullets. And I was like, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. I was like, no, it can't happen. And I said, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got up, I started, and then the phone rang. The air conditioner man, be there in 20 minutes. Yeah. But I could have got stuck. But he came to the door instead of being grateful to see him. I could have been nasty that I was hot for a few minutes. So I want the world to know. I want people to know. I want you to know how important it is to me that you know that it just ain't what it looked like. That heartache that you had, it ain't what it looked like. It's a stepping stone. It's a hammer to open up a door. It's a way to move from that place that you're in to another place. And it's real important. And I want you to be able to talk to me. I want you to be able to talk back and forth to me. We had rearing children is hey Miss Sylvia, I'm so glad to see you out here. I really Miss Sylvia and Healthy Living with Miss Renee and um, Wayne's a Slot. You all have no idea how you perceiving that, because you all have very good perception, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you because this was not my plan. Being in the Chicago area was not my plan. I could not see being here. I couldn't see being on YouTube. And I'm talking about Father Time. The reason it happened like that is because Father Time didn't take a long time. Oh my God, he moved fast. Sometimes God moved fast, and sometimes he moves slow. But this time he moved fast. The past 12 months for me have been like a roller coaster. I started from the bottom of the United States in the state of Mississippi. And in less than 12 months, I have been relocated, replanted, whole new life, whole new set of things. Here I am talking about going on YouTube, the nerve of me. And all of this happened in um, less than 12 months. Your situation can change. The way what you're going through right now can change in the twinkling of an eye. Some people are in a real good place. While you're in a good place, sow into some other people. Come on in, sow into me. Help me. Give me some eyes, another set of eyes. Help me. Help each other. You got a neighbor next door that probably needs an egg, a little sugar, yeah, some butter, yeah, some vanilla, yeah, and some milk. You got a neighbor that probably needs a cup of milk. Go into somebody else. If you're in a good place, your perception of being in a good place. Hey, 3LLAT, got to do it right. 3LLA dot T. Yeah. So into somebody else's life. If you're in a good place, so into somebody else. Let your eyes be somebody else's eyes. Sometimes we can't see, we in the dark. And that's what I want. And I want people to talk to me. Um, um, Wayne says, thank you. I hope it's okay for me to do that. I'm learning. Wayne says, thank you. I appreciate everyone here. No, thank you, Wayne. You have been a delight. When I come on and, and I'm going to tell you something too, Wayne, how you helped me a little. Because my mom that I talk about, and I'm going to talk about some more, she used to like to go to the boat. Loved it. I could not understand for the life of me why she want to go to that boat and spend her money. I was like, Mama, you don't work hard for the money. Why you want to go over there and take a chance? But right now, thank you, Ella. Right now, since I've got a different set of eyes and my perception is different, if Mom was alive, I'd take anybody money and go take her to the boat and tell a girl, just enjoy yourself. Have a ball. Yeah, Miss Sylvia, I want you to come on over and get this stuff and make me a cake, because baking a cake ain't my forte. Every now and then I can get a cake to come out pretty good, and right now, since I moved into my new house, I don't even have a mixer. So I got to get a mixer. I'm really going to try. I'm going to try to do that because my mom was an awesome cake baker. So I'm really going to try to do that. Um, and I know I'm probably gonna mess up a lot of it because I'm not too good. I'm not like some people. I'm not really good at mixing things. And I have some friends that tell me all the time, "Well, you can do it. You can put it together. You can do this. You can." I can't. I mean, I know my gifts, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm gonna try to try to put those things together and bake us a cake, Miss Sylvia. And Miss Sylvia, I appreciate you too. Everybody, all of these people right now, this Miss Sylvia and 3LLAT, who's also a YouTuber, a new YouTuber, all of these people have been my support system. They've been my eyes since I moved here. It was not, it was easy in that I knew that me moving was ordained. I know I was supposed to be here, but then again, in the situation I was in, thanks Ella, thanks for subscribing to my channel. It was a little different, for me to move away from my girls. Oh, I love them girls. Girls, I love you. And I love my grandbabies. I love them grandbabies. Yes, I do. Them some bad grandbabies, but I love them to death. I love them all. Yes, I do. All seven. And you'll hear me talking about number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six, and number seven. I love them children. And leaving them was not easy. But my support system here, my eyes here. Is Miss Ella here? Yeah, 3LLAT is here. Yes, she is. Um, my support system, my friends here, the people I've met has been awesome. I've learned so many different communities. I've learned the RV community. I've learned people in Chicago area. And y'all, I don't care what you see on the news, Chicago area is a beautiful place. The street that I live on, put on some glasses. Uh, the street that I live on, my neighbors are so awesome. Yes, Sylvia's in the chat. 3LLA is in the chat, and Sylvia's in the chat. I don't know who else is out there, but so far Sylvia's there. Anyway, I have really loved every moment of being here in the Chicago area. I do have a son that's here. He's grown. He has his own life, and we support each other 100% in whatever we're doing. But I've got, so that means I do have a little family here, a big family, as a matter of fact, a son and two grandchildren. But I have learned so much. I have experienced so much since I've been here. I have met people and tried foods, and I've danced. I put my feet in the lake. I've gone to the stadium. I've walked across bridges. Hi, Debbie. Debbie's out here. Hi, Debbie. I didn't see you. Oh, yeah, there go Debbie Van Zandt. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? How you doing? And Debbie, yes, leaving my grandchildren was difficult. It was difficult, but God had to show me my eyes. I had to follow the direction my destiny was taking me in, and I'm still helping my grandkids. I love them to death. And y'all, grandbabies, that's different. Oh Jesus, that's different. When you got kids, that's one thing, but when you got grandkids, and both of my daughters were pregnant when I left. Both of them were pregnant. They were both having babies. And you know what? I had to have my spiritual eye and my spiritual heart to show me that my daughters having babies was not just a physical baby, both of my daughters are brilliant in their own right. And I know everybody thinks that about their own children, but my daughters, because they've been prayed for, because I prayed for them, I tarried for them, I know that they both have gifts. They have physical gifts and they have spiritual gifts. And at the time that I left, to me, it was a time when I knew that those two, not because of my wisdom that I gained on my own, because I didn't, but just because of the wisdom that God was giving me, those two girls had to birth their own gifts. They had something in them that I couldn't interfere with. And you know how we mamas are, we grandmamas are. We tend to interfere with our children's lives, our children and our grandchildren, because we can only see one way that we want them to go. We want them to be married this way. We want them to have this. We want them to do that. We want them to do this. But I couldn't interfere because where God is taking them is someplace I've never heard before, someplace I've never seen before. God is taking them to a place that I have no idea about. So I had to be removed from the situation physically. Now I'm still here for them. I'm still here for them. I am. I'm still here for them. And I always will be, physically or spiritually. But I had to get out of the way. And I also had to get out of my own way because, as well as these things are, the butter, the sugar, the vanilla, the milk, these things can also become weights. Not, they become weights, weights. They become weights. And and we don't know the difference between WEIGHT and WAIT. Both are pronounced the same, but they got two totally different meanings. We can allow this vanilla, the way my mom them did at first, and the milk and the sugar, to become a WEIGHT. And it caused us a lot of confusion, and it caused us a lot of turmoil and, untrust and a whole lot of mixed emotions. It can cause that for us. But if we learn how to take those things, look at them differently, and WAIT for the revelation, then it becomes profitable to the kingdom, this kingdom, God's kingdom. It becomes profitable. And then you began to teach other people how to erase the WEIGHT, which is what we need to release to fly. Hey Angie, that's my cousin Angie. I hope that she's out there. Angie, if you want to come in and talk with me. Oh, what happened? Okay, I got nervous. I got scared. I did, but I waited. I hope I'm still. No, I didn't. I ended the broadcast. I hope I'm still live. Am I still? Yes, I am. I am. If you, Angela, I was trying to say that if you would go over to YouTube and sign in on YouTube, then because I can't go back and forth. That's what I tried to do, to go back and forth to get a word from a comment from Facebook, and I don't know how to do that yet. So if you go over to YouTube and subscribe and leave a comment, then I can bring it up. But I was saying that if we could help people to learn how to perceive the WEIGHT and WAIT on the revelation, then okay, thank you, Wayne. Um, if we learn how to do that, we'll be able to help others. We'll be able to help others, and I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to even help myself, because things continue to come into my life that are a weight, like that air conditioner being out, and y'all don't have no idea. If you don't believe it, wait till you get 60 and you really start feeling the heat. You need air. You need air. Yeah. So um that's what I want. That's what I want this channel to be about. And I want people to come in and talk to me and tell me about some of the ways. And like I said, I need you to understand I have no answers to your questions. Your weights are your weights. Those are your weights. I have no answers to those. But I might can give you another set of eyes to be able to perceive those things differently. And that is my lifelong passion. That's my passion. I mean, I can keep you from holding on to the WEIGHT, but maybe I can help you release it a little sooner than you should. Nobody should have to cry for 30 years. I cried nightly, every night for 30 something years. I even lost time, but I know it was 30. I would get up in the morning, I put on my go to work face, I put my lipstick on, I put my earrings on, I take my little feelings and tuck them up under the pillow, make up my bed, get ready to go to work. And then I come home from work and do what I had to do, feed the kids, uh, run around to my second, my third, my fourth job, trying to make ends meet. And then when the lights were out, I put my head back on that pillow and I would pull my feelings out from under the pillow and I would cry. I shouldn't have done that for 30 years. There was no reason. But those things in my life that had come there, they were spiritual weights. I couldn't see the goodness of them. I was enjoying some of the benefits, but I didn't really have freedom from the weight. But praise God. Hey, yeah, I know now. I know. And that's what I want to help you to do. I want to help you to understand that those things that come in your life, and it won't always be this long. This is my first broadcast, and I want to go back after this is all over tonight and look at it. And I want to make sure that I got my purpose out. I want to make sure that you understand, why I'm here. I hope that I can project my passion. Hey, Rhonda! Hey, Rhonda! I'm so glad you're out here, Rhonda. Oh, y'all, Rhonda has been part of my support system. I would get to work. I'm an early bird. I get to work sometime an hour early, y'all. And when I get there sometime, it's Rhonda's in the building and we have coffee. Y'all, she was one of those people for me that helped me with the weight. Sometimes I don't know what she's going through and she don't know what I've been through. But we come in the morning, we make that coffee, and yeah, don't tell nobody at the job that we had a coffee maker, because we had a coffee maker, and we would make that coffee, or we make our tea, and we would just have a wonderful few minutes. We turn on Yolanda Adams. We would listen to the music and we would prepare our hearts. And I used to say, Miss Rhonda, we would be wiping the stuff out of our glasses and out of our eyes, and we were getting ready for the day because we have a job that required good perception because there were so many negative things, so many sad things that came in during our day, and we had to have the right perception. We had to come in with a good attitude, showing everybody, that, and not just faking the funk. It was like, yeah, Wayne's been out here. He sure has. We had to show people in our heart that it was really possible for you to look at things and know that it ain't what it looked like. And you got to be able to see it and recognize it before it becomes to be a weight. Because once it starts to weigh you down, Rhonda, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. Yes, it is. Y'all don't know how excited I am just to be able to click and see your responses. And I really want you to know my passion. I want you to know my heart. My heart says, everybody, COVID ain't what it looked like. My heart says that divorce ain't what it looked like. My heart says that child in jail ain't what it looked like. My heart says that negativeness on your checking account ain't what it looked like. Yeah, it's negative, but you can gain something from the negative because you got somewhere to work. You can go positive. Not only can you go positive, but you can help bring somebody else up to the positive. You have no idea what this platform is doing for me. And you have no idea how I want to be able to help somebody. I don't want anybody to have to suffer, even though, no, I want to say not just suffer, because sometimes suffering, not sometimes, suffering is necessary sometimes, but I don't want you to suffer without revelation. It's a difference. There is a difference. The difference is that vanilla flavor and that milk and that sugar being out there together, I mean, individually by itself. But revelation is when you put it all together and you make a cake. I don't want anybody, nobody, to have all the tools that they need. And because your perception is a little crazy, or because you've never seen a cake before. You may have seen a cake, but you never seen it made. You don't know what it takes to make a cake. I don't want you to have all the ingredients and not be able to see a cake. One time back in probably, let me see, 85, 87, probably about 1987, 88, 89, 87, 88, something like that. I had the opportunity to go to Denver, Colorado. And I'm a songstress. I love to sing gospel music. And all of my life, I have been singing this song, Lord, help me move my mountain. And if you can't move it, give me the strength to climb. Well, I sang it, and for years, I thought I had it. I was a little girl from Mississippi. I thought I knew what I was singing about. But my God, girlfriend took that plane, and that might have been the first time I flew. I'm not 100% sure. But that girl took that plane and went to Denver, Colorado. And I had to be in a plane in order to get over some mountains. I had to literally be able to look out that window and see the mountains and how big they were and realize that I couldn't even get over the mountain without an airplane. Until you are able to see it, you really have no perception. Let me tell you, them little molehills I had been looking at in Mississippi, my God, it was nothing like the mountains they had in Denver, Colorado. Oh my goodness, the trip, the visual spoke volumes to me. I can't explain. I thought I had it going on. I was too cute. I could sing a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. And I would be singing, Lord, help me move my mountain. And let me tell you, I had no idea what a mountain was till I really saw one with my own eyes. And it was an amazing revelation. And I know some of my friends are looking at me on Facebook and they're watching these people across the screen. But these are people who have been my airplane and who have been helping me. Mississippi, my Mississippi family, know that regardless of where you go, God will send you rams in the bushes. He will send you people who, if you get in the right circle, He'll send you people who can. Hello, Debbie. I still can't see your chat. I happen to see Miss Lynn put it on the screen. I don't know why, Wayne, you can't see. I know Miss. I've also learned from some other YouTubers. You know when those things happen, and even Wayne, um, some of mine are slow coming up. So I'm not really sure why that happens, but I'm gonna learn, and maybe we'll all be able to help each other to know why we can't see everybody's chats. But the chats are very important to my channel because I want to be able to help everybody with their perceptions. I want to. Today I talked about a cake, and next time I'm gonna talk about something that's gonna scare you. You know, it's a little fearful. It's that word fear, it immobilizes people, you know, and for some people to talk about what makes them afraid, what scares them, you just got to have a different perception. You know, you just need a different perception. I've been out here for just about an hour, which I thought at first it was going to go by so slow. I was so afraid of downtime, and I was afraid that I would get out here and I'd start fumbling, and I have a little. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's come out with me tonight. Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Thank you, Wayne. Um, Yes, Miss Rhonda, negative can turn into a positive during this, during this pandemic. We have to learn how to do it. Some people have lost things in their house. They had no idea where it was. And maybe now you can go and find it. Some of us, most of us, were sleep deprived. Most people, I think I read an article in some kind of medical magazine a couple of weeks ago that said probably 80% of people in the United States are sleep deprived. Some of us just need to get some rest. Most of us, I would probably say even more than that, are dehydrated. We just need to sit down and drink a glass of water. Some of us have things in our homes that we've been hoarding for years, forgot it was even in the house. This pandemic has given us an opportunity to step back and give, bless somebody, gift somebody with some of those things that we have in our homes. Some of us got some baggage. Yeah, might as well go on and accept it. Some of us got some baggage. We've been mad with somebody for 15 years. Some of us need to go back and pull back the onion skin and see. Some of us need to look at ourselves. We are changing every day. The person that I see right now is not the person that I was even 12 months ago. I put on some extra weight. My hair is a little different. I've got new glasses. I'm not even the person I was 12 months ago. Thanks, Miss Sylvia. Thank you so much. You know, I'm not even the person I was 12 months ago. Some of us just need to go to the mirror. Just need to get the mirror. I don't have no mirror. I thought I had one. Just get that mirror and look at yourself. You got a few more freckles, a few more lines and creases. Some of us have we need to just look at ourselves. We need to look at ourselves in a different light. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I am excited. I really am that I have been afforded another look, another way to view things, another opportunity to see things, another opportunity to have a second chance at doing things differently. It almost brings tears to my eyes because unless you have really ever been in need of a second chance, and I know you have, I know there are some people out there that just want another chance. I know you just want to do things a little differently. I know you want an opportunity to do things different. I know you do. We all do. It's possible. It ain't what it looked like. It ain't. You can do it. I know if I can do it. I know if I can do it, you can do it. I know that if I can get a new outlook on things, a new life, I know that you can do it. I want to be here to motivate, to inspire, uh, to bring a word of encouragement um, to your situation. You don't have to change who you are. You can embrace who you are. You can learn to love yourself. Again, I want to thank everybody. Um, then had the light on up here to remind me that things ain't what it looked like. We're going to turn the light off right now until the next time when we talk about fear. So come on out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, tell your friends, go in, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Let everybody know whether you're coming out because of curiosity, for whatever reason, it don't matter. Just come out and listen. Because if you do, you might learn a little something. You might learn that your current situation ain't what it looked like. And I'm going to say good night to everybody. And not sure when I'm coming back out. I think it's going to be Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But hit that notification bell, my friends, and watch Facebook because I will send a notification out on Facebook. I hope that I have inspired someone or been able to help somebody look at their current situation and know that it ain't what it looked like. And this is It Ain't What It Looked Like with Miss Lynn. Bye-bye.